Alright, in this video you'll see several games. I'm driving German Bulldog and I'm platooned with Gold React. The tank itself is quite fun. I especially like that it's so fast and it drifts very well. The gun feels a bit underwhelming. It's a 9mm and the major problem is that sometimes it just lacks penetration. So, in this particular game I noticed that there are probably way too many medium tanks. I expect them to cross the river and I won't be able to brawl with them effectively because this tank basically has no armor. So, it's a light tank, so what you would expect. So I'm trying to take more or less safe positions. Unfortunately it doesn't always happen, because half of the games you won't see are those games where I kind of yelled and died probably way too fast. But this one is good, so I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to take a position where I won't be at the focus of their guns, and yet I would have a good shot. So as you see, T-54 is completely red to me. I have to switch to heat rounds to penetrate his armor. That armor is too tough for me. And, with heat rounds I won't be doing too much damage, but I'm still trying to trade effectively. I hope that I will be able to bounce some of the shells from my turret. Maybe actually dodge, mostly dodge enemy shells, but yeah. So this tactic was rather effective. We were able to clean up this direction. Now there is only the tank destroyer. I thought that they would try to hold the town. I didn't expect them to push through to our flank, but it seems like they're pushing. So I'm trying to go wide and I'm trying to cross the river and have a nice angle at them. Essentially we flip positions and look what happens. That's the major problem with this tank. IS-5 trying to aim at weak spot. Nope. I probably hit the pike nose, so it bounced, so I switched to hit round. This one goes in. I try to kill him, bounce, and he just blaps me and I die. So 3 attempts to hit this tank, no one goes in. Actually that's why it's so hard to drive light tanks. It's because you have to have pretty good reactions and you have to think through your positioning and how you attack enemy tanks. Because if you want to do any kind of damage to heavy tanks or even medium tanks with good armor, you have to make a conscious effort to position yourself, to aim properly, and at the same time to dodge their shells. While, for example, like in this scenario, the driver of heavy tank sits, bounces half of the shells, even more than half of the shells, and he's lucky enough to just drop you and kill with a single shot. So as you have seen, that trade wasn't in my favor, because I did something like 200 damage to him, and in return he just killed me and he did like 400, and he wasn't trying to do something special to avoid shells or anything like that. So in this game, it's a Middleburg. I went to take high ground, and now this game quickly degrades into turkey shooting. So I sit on the hill, some targets are spotted, and I'm enjoying my position. It's not fun for heavy tanks. For example, that Tiger, he wants to shoot other tanks in front of him, but he can't use his armor effectively because whenever he turns, either his side armor is exposed either to me or to the other tanks in front of him. And that's exactly how you should be driving light tanks. Find some position where you won't be the focus. You will be kind of at the edge of the map. You will be distracting. You will be getting access to the weak armor, side armor, and hit them when they don't expect this. Somehow this game is really close. We are 4 versus 3 tanks, so it's pretty close. I noticed that we have ISU. It just fired, and now use my mobility to quickly kill him. He's trying to catch him, but it's pretty hard. That's the specialty of light tanks. They're really good at hunting down tank destroyers. And now I'm just yelling, and I'm trying to juke the shot for heavy tank. I probably will be punished for this, but no. We are good. Yeah, now it's just so as you see, even in close combat, you can't be in sniper mode, right? You have to see where you go, and this is kind of a problem because you don't have a feeling if you would be able to penetrate the armor or no. So you have to know the weak sides of the armor of heavy tanks, so you will be able to deal with them effectively at close range. And that's another issue with light tanks. If you don't know armor profiles, you either have to snipe, which means you don't see where you drive, or you remain stationary, which is bad for light tanks, or you will be missing a lot of shots. Well, you'll be bouncing a lot of shells. So again, this is it's just there is certain cap on the skill of the player if he wants to be effective in light tanks. Like for example, this Speerpanzer, he is completely out of position. He went to the middle. He was shot from that bush. So what he should be doing is falling back, but instead he just drives in the middle, trying to achieve I don't know what. So I don't know the stats of that guy, but what I could say right away is that he's just a bad player. I just realized I occasionally do the same stupid things once in a while, but at least I realize when I do this. So it's fun to see this from the side. But anyways, so I'm playing this game rather passively. I'm trying to do damage from the distance and stay safe, because the guns that I see they're rather dangerous for me, and I somehow managed to lose 1/3 of my health, because T-34 is quite heavy hitting tank. Even his lower plate is quite tough, and I'm bouncing shells from this armor plate. So if I would be playing if I would be in a medium tank, I think I won't have much issues penetrating the hull of T-34. Unfortunately, I don't feel that I could get close yet, and it's not like they're staying back. They're pretty exposed, so I'm looking for shots. Now I'm doing very stupid thing. I'm trying to get above them and have those shots at the side, but at the moment I get to the top of that hill, there is no one really in front of them, so my position is not very effective. It's just one of those ways which is fun to get through, but it was a bad move in this particular scenario. Alright, so I'm trying to remove guns from the game, and You just have to clean up and kill the Luva. Again, overall this game is not bad. That's probably how you should play light tanks. So at the start of the game, try to be pretty aggressive with your positioning. Try to take forward bush and try to spot your opponents. But after that, you have to play it really safe, and because it's very easy to lose health. But at the end of the game, if you have enough health, you could be very useful and you could be very effective at dealing with the opponents. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do right now. So I'm moving to a very forward position at the center of the map. I will be able to spot T-34. For some reasons he stops. I believe that he's going to get AFK. Oh, I was hit by someone really hard. Yeah, that's a problem. As soon as you get spotted, anyone could blow up you and you'll lose 1/3 of your health, and I don't know how to avoid this. You have to spot for the team, right? You have to figure out where the enemy is, and yet there is certain risk that you just can't avoid. So in this game we are fighting against Promo Platoon. We lost previous game because our team was horrible, and I guess now it's their turn to have a horrible team. Matchmaking given them 1 AFK, which is good for us, bad for them. We are doing well at the caves, and my plan is to clean up this flank so no one will shoot us at the back, and quickly wrap around and hit them at the caves from the back. So T-34 goes down, and I want to help my tank destroyer against Helsing, because Helsing is actually a pretty dangerous tank. It's one of the really OP tanks at tier 7. I know that it has bad traverse time, but he still could hit me really hard. So I was trying to juke his shot, kill him, and now we have another light tanks. At this point I realized that I probably won't be able to survive this encounter, because we are trading shots. I'm almost dead, he's almost dead, and yeah, I decided to ram him because I think that he probably will be able to shoot me before, and I didn't want to leave any uncertainty, and that ram was guaranteed mutual kill. So I think that this was a good trade, because I essentially killed what half of the AFK. 1-1 Helsing, which is good, and another light tank, and we actually did rather well at caves, so that was a carry for us. Yeah. Oh, I did actually rather well in this game, and we have one guy with 0 damage, so it was probably a fair match, given that they had AFK and we have someone which is effectively AFK. Alright, so what do we have here? I'm trying to scout for my team, but I don't expect to stay here, because I see that there are way too many tanks which probably will go right. So as you see, I already turned away. My platoon mate says run, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I was actually ready to run. I was already turning. Unfortunately, yeah, there is a risk related to the scouting, because you could be shot while you're trying to disengage, and I was lucky to bounce that shell. So how do you approach this scenario? First of all, if you are in the town and the enemy team went to the dunes, you have to clean up everyone who has left in the town on your side. This way you just remove the guns and make turn the game onto your side, because well, obviously the less guns they have, the easier it is for you to win this game. Unfortunately, they're pressing the other side of the map. I'm trying to do as much damage as possible to the Sturm mill, because it has very dangerous 120mm gun, and it has insane gun depression. So if you leave this guy in dunes, he will be extremely dangerous. I'm trying to scout and spot the rest of the team in the dunes, but it's a bit risky because I'm spotted and I will be probably punished for this. So let's see if I will be hit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just one hit from the heavy tank and you lose 1/3 of your health. It's just it's very dangerous. Anyway, so I see that it's probably useless to stay on that side, and I'm now rushing to help with the flank, because I believe that the enemy team probably overextended in this direction. Unfortunately, I'm a bit too aggressive, and since I'm spotted, I could be shot from the dunes. I realized my mistake and I decide to go wide, because I have to remove those tanks in the town, since they provide vision, and we have to remove that vision from the enemy team. At this point, I'm just trading shots. That was a very lucky one. I don't know how I landed this shell, but anyway, I'm willing to exchange my health for the kills, because again, we have to remove tanks which spot us in the town as soon as possible. Because what happens is that as you remove those tanks, oh, this is a bad mistake again. As you see, I was unable to penetrate his lower plate. I got stuck. I got hit for another 1/3 of my health, and it was really bad, and I missed my reply shot. You see why it's so hard to drive the light tank. Not only you have to think where to go, you also have to have really good reactions to drive this tank properly. So I decide to go wide, and I want to kill this tank, because he is a bit low on health. But at this point I spot the rest of the tanks which now push the town. I believe I also spotted T-34, and I was able to kill it. So we are kind of even now, but unfortunately our team won't be doing great on the town. Now I'm moving into the dunes, because what I want to do is I want to kill Sturmel. I probably would be able to kill him with 1 or 2 shells. I'm not sure about high explosive. I should be probably preloading high explosive, and that was a mistake, because he would have been one shot for me. Fortunately, he misses, and he's an easy prey for me. Now it's 3 versus 2, but I'm one shot, and they could take more damage. So actually, the red team is in a very good shape. I'm trying to stay back, but unfortunately at this range my gun is not very effective, especially against IS-5, and the guy obviously knows what to do. I'm trying to hunt down Centurion, because he is the primary target for me. He has weaker armor, and I hope that they will rush my platoon mate, so I will be shooting, so I will have nice shots at them. Unfortunately, that Centurion, he is very lucky. He just crosses the open space exactly when I'm unable to spot him. I probably should have stayed back a bit, but it's very hard to predict what to do. So now I'm trying to move into the town because the game is really close. But instead of finding Centurion, I find oh, it's IS-3. I thought it's IS-5. And yes, I was unable to land my shot. It seems like my platoon mate was also unfortunate. So I don't know how I could have carried this game. I probably should be moving wider, and I should be moving earlier, but I thought that they will be rushing him, so good game, red team. So yeah, that was an ace badge for IS-3. He probably deserved that. Alright, so oh, look at the chat. Yeah, that was a mild fun. But anyway, so on this map, of course you go to the central location. Of course you have to take the center and spot everyone, because that's the most overpowered location. If you ever go to this map, someone always have to go there. It doesn't make sense for everyone to get to the center of this map, but at least someone should go there. I'm trying to spot people that cross the bridge, but for some reason I kind of lack the vision and I lack reaction, and I can't hit RU. But anyway, so what to do now? The center is secure, but it seems like that Chinese medium tank tries to hold onto the other side, so I'm trying to get to the city and dig him out. Unfortunately, I'm spotted, so probably they will be moving to counter me. I'm alone on that flank. I see that T-62 is moving there, so I'm bailing out, because that would be 2 tanks to 1, and I don't want a trade, so I immediately turn and run away. And the plan here is to concentrate fire to align my DPM with DPM of other tanks to quickly suppress this flank, and the enemy light tanks would spend time in the city and they won't be very effective. So I'm trying to hit Centurion. Unfortunately, I'm not very lucky with my shots, and it seems like RU is back to help him. Oh, I missed a shot. But still, I'm trying to use my mobility and just dodge shells. I'm not very effective, but I'm a good distraction. So yes, Centurion goes down, and it looks like we are good on this flank. Panther is countering me, but I think that it's more important to help my platoon mate. I'm killing IS-5, and now this means that my platoon mate is safe. We just have 1 medium tank. I could cross the gap and try to put some pressure on him. It's 2 versus 1, so I'm willing to be more aggressive and probably take a shot. No, I can't hit Capolo. Of course I can't. Yep, he moves out, takes a shot, and now I'm trying to rush him. Unfortunately, Panther is there, so I'm trying to stay hidden from both of the tanks. Anyway, so as you see, I do a lot of mistakes still. I take a lot of shots which don't connect, that have no chance to be to hit the enemy. But I'm doing still rather well in light tanks, because I generally understand when to disengage and where to move, and I provide vision for the team, and that seems to be enough to have fun in the game. So that's essentially it. I want to thank my platoon mate for all the carries and wish you all good luck on the battlefield.